hot. Ozark, Missouri, of all of the cities that I've covered on Boss Properties, is probably my favorite for many reasons. And ironically, Ozark is the only city that I've covered that I've never actually lived in, but I spent my entire life in and around it. I mean, I go there still to this day at least once a week because they have a lot of things that other cities just simply don't. So let's talk about it. My name is Greyson Roberts, a realtor in the greater Springfield, Missouri area. I own Boss Properties, a real estate company, and hey, we happen to do sales. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the greater Springfield, Missouri area, you know who to call, your favorite wheeler and dealer, Greyson Roberts. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have about Ozark or real estate in general. I am your local relocation guy. Looking forward to hearing you and helping you with your Ozark, Missouri home purchasing or selling, or hey, maybe you decide, Greyson, I like your video about Nixa better, or Springfield, or maybe even I'd like to live on Table Rock Lake. Well, stay tuned because we're going to be making videos about that. But if you need to know right now, shoot me a call or email or a text. It doesn't matter, 24/7, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now let's get into talking about Ozark, Missouri. Ozark, in a general sense, is a relatively creative town. They have some of my absolute favorite restaurants in the world, including the Finley, which is a converted church. They still got the stained glass windows. They managed to keep the characteristics and charm of the original church in the Finley restaurant, and it's a high-end, expensive, wonderful dining experience with a cool bar in the basement. Ozark also has the Mill, which is basically a converted abandoned mill, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Designed and created and built by Johnny Morris, the CEO and founder of Bass Pro. So you know if a billionaire is behind, it's going to be nice. And it's a fantastic rustic dining experience overlooking a beautiful waterfall that flows into the river. And in the basement is another restaurant called The Garrison, which is kind of a speakeasy type of dining experience, bar-ish place that is pretty cool. They also have gorgeous walking trails covered in greenery next to a beautiful river, the best community center in the whole greater Springfield, Missouri area that absolutely swamps Nixa, my hometown's community center, and a gorgeous historic downtown Ozark Square. That's kind of what I mean by creative. You know, downtown Ozark was built to kind of look old-timey, but by design. You know, they've got a historic courthouse in the very middle of the square with cool cannons. They've got a fantastic Mexican restaurant on the corner. I mean, it's just a cool place to walk around, and there's some shops there as well, and it really just dwarfs Nixa's downtown. And Ozark is not a big city, which kind of seems weird considering we have walking trails, rivers, high-end restaurants, movie theaters, jewelry stores, all sorts of awesome stuff, car dealerships, tons of fast food, basically every chain that you could imagine besides Chick-fil-A, unfortunately. But it's a city of about 30,000 people in the greater Ozark area, and which means you get a lot of the awesome stuff that Ozark has to offer, but virtually no traffic, especially compared to surrounding cities like Springfield. If you're coming from LA, I mean, Ozark is going to seem like a ghost town. That also means a low cost of living. The cost of living in Ozark, Missouri is a little bit lower than you probably think, with the median income only being at $60,000. And the average home price being about $400,000. That's according to bestplaces.net, but honestly, a lot of the home prices, there's a lot way cheaper than that, and there is a lot way more expensive than that, but, you know, we do have some pretty extravagant properties over there, so the median's about $400,000, and home prices right now are really high, in fact, historic highs, so yeah, the $400,000 mark, don't let that spook you, because there is literally tons of houses that are below that price range. And of course, rental prices are also below the, you know, US average. So Ozark is really not an expensive place to live, especially when it comes to housing and renting. So that's a big, big plus. Now we're going to talk about some pros and cons, do's and don'ts, buyer's guides, and all sorts of other stuff with Ozark, Missouri, just like I have done with my complete series on Springfield and Nixa so far. So be sure you subscribe and stay tuned with Boss Properties for more, you know, tours and all this stuff I just mentioned about Ozark, Missouri. Just let me know if you have any questions about Ozark or real estate in general. I'd be more than happy to help you out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and see you in the next Boss Properties video.